Hey everyone, this is Stan. You may or may not know me. If you know me, you might be from one of my websites like topsurfer.com, thoseads.com, seocheckbox.com, some of those. I actually have a handful of other websites, but those are my primary ones. And I've been doing online marketing and running websites and stuff for the past 15 years. Marketing is my area of expertise, so usually most of my websites revolve around something to do with marketing. And I see all kinds of websites when I'm working with my websites and stuff like that. I see other websites that are being promoted through my websites, and often I don't really pay too much close attention to them because I see them all the time. I see all these other programs. I'll look at them and check them out, but usually none really catch my eye. But this one did. I happened to just come upon this. This is one of my members of one of my websites was advertising this, and I came upon it and it caught my eye. And for one thing that caught my eye is that it's only $1 to get in. Now, I've seen the ad come up a bunch of times saying it's only $1, it's only $1. But then I just kind of watched the video for a few minutes that was being shown, and I realized their pay structure was really cool. I don't know of any other program that's doing it the way they're doing it. I really like the way they're doing it. So I wanted to show you this, and I wanted to tell you a couple of things. Like I said, my area of expertise is marketing, and that's what I do. I'm going to be marketing this for myself. However, if you get in under me, or anywhere under me, before January 1st, I'm going to put you into this rotator so that as somebody comes up to join from this website here that you'll see this video on, I'll end up having it rotate and put your user ID in there instead of mine. So it basically is going to help put somebody directly under you. And I'm going to explain why that's important here in just a minute. So so basically, there's a couple of things that I look for in a program, and one, MLMs are not bad. They've gotten a bad rap in the past, back when there were programs that were unsustainable. You couldn't sustain them because the money just wouldn't work out. You get illegal companies that are just doing it wrong and illegally. But there are some good companies out there that are doing it right, and there's nothing wrong with them. So I want you to, if you've been afraid of MLMs before, open up your mind a little bit. Also, if you're already doing something, do this one as well because it's a buck. It's $1 to join it, so it's well worth that. And let me go through and I'll show you the pay structure. The other thing that I really like also is I always make sure that the program has a good product and that the product isn't really a consumable to where I have to consume it or I have to use it up or anything like that, or have to have it auto shipped to me or anything like that. So I look for those things, and this product or this service that they offer is not a consumable. It's not something like a bunch of drinks that I have to drink all the time or anything like that, to where I have to make sure I'm using them and that they're automatically shipped and all this other stuff. This basically gives you membership into their program where you can save all kinds of money through with travel and different things like that. They have some different software programs and things like that. And I don't want to get too much into that right now. What I want to show you is the pay structure and how this is really cool. So let me scroll down here to that area. So the great thing about this program is it's a forced 2 by 10 matrix. And the word forced sounds a little scary, but what that actually means is that only two people can go directly under me. So anybody else that I refer goes underneath them. So in essence of this program, basically, if you join under me somewhere, then you have a chance of having people put under you automatically. Now, if you don't refer anybody directly, if you just let me fill it for you, and you could have two underneath you directly, or right underneath you, you could have four underneath them, and eight, blah blah blah, go all the way down the line. And if you total up all these, you'll end up with around 2,000. So you get about 2,000 people underneath you, and they're each paying a buck. Um, because we're all sustaining them. We've all put them underneath you, and you haven't directly referred anybody. So you'll end up making right around $100 somewhere in there. However, the people that you directly refer, you make 20% off of them as well. And so that's why it's showing right here that you'd make 50 cents. Really, you'd only be making about a nickel per person that you didn't directly refer. However, once you put two people directly under you, then you can move up to the next phase, and you can enter into a different level where your commission can improve. Now, what happens here is once you enter into the next phase, then it becomes $10 a month. And the reason they do this is because they want people to get a taste of success at $1 a month. Really, that is an important key, because when you're out selling those programs that are hundreds of dollars, you're going to have a real hard time, and you can work for months without selling them unless you really talk some of your family into joining underneath you. And that's the great thing about this, is you really don't need to go out and bug your family about this. You can say, hey, you might want to pay attention to this, because I got a guy who's going to help me, and if you join, then he'll help you too, and especially if you do it before January 1st. So this is my area of expertise. This is what I do. I go out and I market. So I could probably fill my downline, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to help people put these first two people underneath them as well. And that does help me as well, because that moves you into phase one, and that helps me because now you're bringing in more income, and you're also, you're able to bring in more people that can be put in underneath you as well. Anyway, and it all helps me in the long run. But as you build this up, then you can also move to phase two, phase three, and phase four, where you can see your total income is could be $10,000. So this one is $10 to get into. I believe this one's 20, and I believe this one's 50, and this one's 100. Um, and they basically, I don't understand this completely. I've only been into it for a few days. I haven't read everything that's available, but basically, it gives you more possibilities in the end, where when you start off, your worst case scenario, you lose $1. So say you get into this and nothing happens. You don't do anything, and I don't do anything. Then you're out $1. You're not out hundreds of dollars like some programs. You're out $1. But say you get into this and all of a sudden you start seeing success, then maybe you're into it for $10 now, and maybe you don't do anything after that. Well, then you're just out $10. That's the great thing about this, as you see success, this increases in income possibilities, but also it increases in how much you're going to have to pay as well. But that's one of the wonderful things about this, is if you do nothing, then don't worry, you're out very little. Your investment is very little. But if you do something and you work at it, and I work at it, and I help build underneath you, then you could actually be successful here. So I just want to give you this chance to get in right now. Try to get in before January 1st. And when you do, just shoot me an email and just say, hey, here's my username. I'll try to pay attention to all those anyway. I look at my back office here at my $1business.com. I look at my back office a lot, and I go in and see who's in there and that type of thing. And so I'm going to randomly start putting people into my feeder program, my splash page, if you will, which basically is probably where you're seeing this video right now. So get in while you can. It's $1. It's not going to hurt your holiday expenses, because it is just $1. And get in right now, and we'll see if we can build this, and we'll have a nice, fruitful 2017. So I wish you luck, and take care.